Hey everybody, it's Jim. I am back with another video and I'm showing off my Type 15 Shuttlepod Lego Star Trek set. So let's talk about this, shall we? Alright, and this is a little different format of video. I'm not going to use the title card or whatever. I'm just going to jump into the review here, similar to my Blue Bricks videos that I did a while back. But just a little context. Blue Bricks was a German company, or is a German company, that makes building brick sets. You can see the Defiant right there. Defiant and a bunch of other ones that I've got and I've talked about on my channel. They had the Star Trek license for a couple of years. About 2 years ago, they no longer had the license and they had to liquidate their stock and no longer make products. And there's a lot of speculation on the internet about why did Blue Bricks lose the license. And in time, we found out. We found out why. Because Lego got the license. Lego took over the license for Star Trek building block toys. Plenty of other companies have had it in the past. Mega Blocks, Blue Bricks, etc. And now we have Lego. Now we have Lego Star Trek sets. And this is the Lego Type 15 Shuttlepod set number 40768, 261 pieces. I will admit I had a little bit of angst about whether I should even do a video for this set, because this set was this set was a gift with purchase on Black Friday. So if you bought the new Enterprise Lego set that just came out, the big 300 or the big 3,000 piece set, if you got it on Black Friday early enough while stock lasted, they would send you this as a free gift, right? To the best of my knowledge, this has now sold out. Like these are no longer available. They sold out somewhere early in the day on Black Friday, and so this is no longer available. Historically, Lego does not reproduce their gift with purchase as a separate set unto itself. So I am not confident we are likely to see this as a set by itself, on the stores. So this might be a limited thing. And that's why I was hesitant to review it, because it's like, well, I'm going to review it, but a lot of people aren't going to be able to get this, except on the secondary market, and it's already really expensive, and that sucks. But I want to talk about this at a slightly different level, not just about the set itself, but just to take a moment, right, and appreciate that. Like, I've been a Star Trek fan my entire freaking life, and I got into Legos in the well, I'll date myself, but I got into Legos in the early 70s, right? So we're talking 45, 50 years of loving Lego and wishing there was actual official Lego Star Trek sets. And there was a point in the 90s when Lego Star Wars, was announced and came out, and I was like, oh, they're doing Lego Star Wars. That's gotta mean they're going to get the Star Trek license at some point. But 20 odd years later, they never picked it up, and it's like, okay, I think Star Trek, because of its focus on diversity and science and exploration and like just good stuff that children and young adults would theoretically really nicely dovetail with. I thought Star Trek was a no-brainer to be involved with Lego, and it just didn't happen for whatever reasons. Like, I don't know, I'm not in the weeds on all that kind of stuff, but for the longest time it never happened, and then finally, now finally it's happening. So just the fact that we have a Star Trek Lego set, or two of them now. I mean, we've got the Shuttlecraft and we've got the Enterprise D. For my little happy heart is like, oh yay, we finally have Star Trek Lego. And talking about this set, so again, this is 261 pieces. It came in three poly bags. I'm in the United States, so we're still getting the plastic bags. I saw online some people got paper bags. Lego's making the slow transition from plastic to paper, which is great. But it's not, they've been doing this for years now. And I know it's a gradual process, but still getting plastic. The box might have been a little too small for the contents, because the sticker sheet was kind of mangled and shoved into the box. And the instruction booklet was kind of mangled and shoved into the box, which was a little disappointing. Although I'm not such a purist that I need to have my instruction booklet pristine, it was just kind of crammed in there, and I was like, "That's weird." Lego's usually better about having a slightly bigger box for the contents, so that it doesn't feel like you're just squashing it all in there. But the instruction booklet is as clear as Lego has been within the last 10-15 years. Really easy to pick out the colors and the directions and the steps. So no issues there. Like, I mean, Lego's Lego at this point. They know what they're doing. Although I will say that having built a couple much older sets recently, um, their printing process has improved because like the one I was building one set, and they're dark blue, they're dark brown, and they're black. Like just the way the print was rendered on the page. I was like, is that dark blue? Is that dark brown? Or is that black? Like I really struggled to tell from it's probably partly my old eyes, but it's also just the way it was printed. It was really hard to differentiate those three shades because they're so close to each other. But fortunately for this set, the pieces are pretty straightforward, color wise. So yeah, so no issues with the instruction book. I mean, great instruction book. So this is the Type 15 Shuttlepod, and the great thing about the Type 15 Shuttlepod, like if you're looking at the picture, right, like this is classic first couple seasons of Next Generation. They made practical models of these for the actors to crawl into and to use on screen and stuff. And like, I mean, look at it. It's super angular, right? It's really boxy. It's got very simple angles, and it is what it is. As opposed to like the swooshier, more heavily curved Shuttlecraft that I think Lego would have a little bit of a harder time replicating the curves, because of course it's Lego. It's angles. They're good at angles. So when I look at the actual model, then right, and if I pull up the model, like the angles, right on, dead on. This is such a great model just from looking correct to what it should be, right? Like in terms of like the way they got the angles of the sides right, and the doors, and just everything looks right about this compared to what we see on screen. Whereas if this was more of a more streamlined curvy shuttle, they would have to either use some of their specialized pieces or really mess with the design of it quite a bit to get it all to work. There were some clever building techniques in here, especially because they fit in so many hinges, like so many hinge pieces in a very small space, which I thought was clever. This particular shuttle has the gull wing doors that open, right, and you can see into the interior. Just enough space in there for one person. Although you might be able to fit too many things in there if you really cram them. I didn't try. I just had the one. This set comes packaged with Ro. And it's in Ro Laren from the 5th season of Next Gen. She's got her Bajoran earring. You probably won't see it on the screen, but go look at pictures on Lego's website. You can see the earrings there. And she's got two faces, right? So if I were to take her hair off, she's got a kind of a steady face on one side and more of a grumpy face on the other side. And the earring is on both sides, but the earring is covered up by the hair, because she's got one side of her hair kind of flipped back behind her ear, and the other side's not. It's a Next Gen uniform, of course. And the clever thing that Lego did is you're not going to be able to see it on the camera, but they didn't put the rank pips on here, and there's no clear evidence of a collar. So even though this is Ro, right, you can assume she's got the raised collar that was present on the season 3 through 7 uniforms. But if I were to make this somebody else, right, it could be Picard, or it could be, I just changed the head. This could double as the kind of spandex season 1, season 2 uniforms, because it's not clear from the actual collar, the way they designed the collar on here. It could theoretically pass off as season 1, 2, or season 3 through 7, right? And that's good, I guess, because that means there's more flexibility. It's easier to print a billion of these than it is to add rank pips to specific ones. So that's a compromise on accuracy. So like if you look at the Enterprise, Picard and Riker are both in red, and it's the exact same torso as this. So all three of them have the same torso, because you're not worrying about the rank pips. Geordi and Data both are in, and Worf are all in yellow. Although I think Worf has I haven't opened up the Enterprise yet. I will after Christmas. But anyway, so there's Ro, which was cool to see her included with the set. Easy build, nothing complicated. I think my 10-year-old would have had absolutely no problem putting this together on his own, and he could have done that. I mean, he was building sets at this level of complexity a couple years ago, so I don't think there would have been any concerns for a youngster to be able to put this together. I think where the youngster might need help though is with the stickers, and there are 3, 4, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's like 15 stickers in here. I'm not a fan of stickers. I prefer printed pieces. I know that printed pieces are more expensive. That's something that somehow Blue Bricks was able to do. Blue Bricks had more printed pieces in their sets than Lego generally does. But the stickers, they're well done. Don't get me wrong on that. There's just a lot of them, and I don't know if it's me or whatever, but I really struggle to get even one sticker on here perfectly straight, and there's always a little bit of a kink or an angle or something. It's like, thought I had it, thought I got it, but didn't quite get it. So you're if you're having a kid build this, they may need a little help with the stickers, or you might be an adult who needs help too. And I certainly am not perfect either. What else? So this was a great model to put together. It's got excellent swooshability. It's self-contained. It's solid. None of these pieces are going to fall off. Like Lego's clutch power is, they've got that figured out for centuries. And what I mean by clutch power, if you don't already know, it's like when you put two pieces together, are those two pieces going to stay together or are they going to fall off? If I were to pick up the Defiant, Blue Bricks' engineering into their pieces is not quite to Lego's level, to where some of the pieces are on there, and if I were to tip the model or gently shake it, those pieces would just fall right off because there's not enough clutch power between the stud and the underlying clutch on the other piece. And that's just unfortunate, right? I mean, I've lost a handful of pieces from Blue Bricks sets because even just transporting them from one shelf to another shelf, let alone swooping them around the house, pieces just fall off, and it's like that's not great for the model, because it's like, okay, well, do I need to glue it? Do I need to commit the mortal sin of using super glue on my models to keep them together, or do I just accept it was just insufficient engineering and go from there? But Lego, I could not tell you the last time I had a problem with the Lego set with a piece falling off. Anyway, so one of the other thoughts I had while I was putting this together, and I was reflecting on the Lego sets that first came out for Star Wars back in '99 or whatever it was. Nowadays, Lego has much more specialized pieces, much more refined pieces, much more cooler options than we had 20 odd years ago. And I think this is a more faithful reproduction of a Shuttlecraft than like the first X-Wing was. I mean, the first X-Wing that came out for Star Wars Lego was really good, right? I mean, it was clearly an X-Wing, but it was kind of blocky. It was kind of angular. It had some weird elements to it because those pieces that we had available at the time were the best Lego could do. I think they did some custom engine pieces and some custom windscreens and stuff. But in terms of like, is this truly the X-Wing of X-Wings for Lego? It wasn't, because they've, over the last 20 odd years, they've released more X-Wing models and with more pieces and more refined pieces, and they've gotten better, right? In terms of like accuracy to the reality. Whereas with Star Trek's able to take advantage of that, and like Shuttlecraft, there you go. This is. I could put this up against the screen while I'm watching Next Generation and say, yep, that's a Next Generation Type 15 shuttle. It sure is. It's got all the angles. It's all right. Everything's in place pretty much. So that's the Shuttlecraft. I think I am more excited for the fact that we have Star Trek Lego than I am for these specific sets. I'll do a review of the Enterprise once I build it. I have some trepidation about it because of just the pictures that I've seen. But as far as the Shuttlecraft, like, granted that the secondary market is really expensive right now. It took me about an hour 10 minutes to put this together. I was watching Next Generation while I was building it. It was very satisfying. I enjoyed it. So like how do you put a price tag on, I just spent an hour doing something enjoyable? I could go to a movie for 2 hours and spend $30-40 on concessions and tickets, and that's 2 hours of time that I've I enjoyed it. Or if you were able to get this for free, or you're able to buy it on the secondary market for a reasonable price, I think it's probably worth it, especially if you're a big Star Trek fan who's waited all your life for Star Trek Lego. This is a great set, right? I really enjoyed building it. It's got all the right pieces. You got Ensign Row if you're into Row, or not. You could change the head and hair, and you got instant commander con officer for literally anything. So yeah, so check it out. I'm excited for Star Trek Lego. I hope you are too. I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments in the comments below. Like, subscribe, click the bell button, etc. I'll do more Lego reviews as as they come out. I'll do one on the Enterprise at some point. But yeah, so there's the Shuttlecraft, Type 15 Shuttlecraft from Lego. And thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you all next time. Be well.